Greetings, happy Wednesday, guys. I am back for the week, and I hope you all have had a good weekend and a good start to the beginning of your week. It does not feel like a Wednesday. I don't know if I feel like we're halfway in or halfway out right now, but I'm here. So today I wanted to talk about niching down so that you can you can increase your visibility. Greetings, Leah. So I was one of those people that heard about niching down for years, and I never took that advice because to me, I feel like, hey, if I do this, I'm eliminating people who might buy from me. And that was like my biggest fear. Like, I'm missing somebody. I'm going to be losing somebody. And then one day, I was on a class with one of my mentors, actually my PR mentor, and she was just, they were still trying to tell us, niche down, as far as possible, and I was like really struggling because, I had this mindset of I'm gonna lose someone. And then she explained later on that if we were to niche down, then we can build up our contacts in that niche. That means that we can have better relationships with them. We already know who we need to reach out to. We don't have to worry about trying to discover new contacts, which would be like other journalists, people to write about our clients. And when she said that, that just really, like, that was it. It was like a light bulb went off then, because I was like, yeah, I had been struggling trying to find some contacts in a certain industry, and it was really getting to be a headache. And I realized that I put myself in that predicament because I wasn't as specific about who I work with, and that was just so enlightening to me. I wanted to know more about niche down, and I look at it, of course, I was looking at it then from the publicist standpoint, hey Kim, but I've always struggled with it from the publisher standpoint. I always wanted Swagger Magazine to be for every black person, even though I know most of us don't even like reading, but I was still trying to appeal to everyone. And then I began to start looking at things, and I'm still like, next year we're probably going to be rebranding in a major way, because I just feel like now that I better understand niching down, I no longer want to waste that time and energy with people that, they're never going to buy from us. They're never going to read a magazine. That's just not within them, and I have nothing against them, but I just had to realize that, it was really just kind of a waste of time. And that's what we've been doing. So I wanted to share the benefits of niching down, because I discovered 4, and of course there might be more, but these are the 4 that appeal most to me. So the first one is, when you niche down and clearly state who you are for, who is it that you desire to work with, or the type of person or the type of problem that you solve. Hi, Ryan Lee. Then you are able to better hone in on your target audience. And when we hone in on our target audience, then we can better figure out, like, okay, should we be using the platforms that we're using? Are they going to be on those platforms, or should we be using something else because they're actually living somewhere else? For me, I know that my target audience is on Instagram. That's where I'm most comfortable. So that's where I try to show up the most. But for you, if you might have an older target audience, and they might actually live on Facebook, or you might work strictly with professionals, then you might need to be on LinkedIn. So that really allowed me honing in on my target audience, really allows me to then be able to set myself apart from others in my industry, because that when you're looking at your when you're actually niching down, you're looking at your strengths and your weaknesses, and really being realistic about what it is that you have to offer and who you're offering it to. You're trying to look as deeply into that person as possible. Hi, Us Girls 2004. and see, you want to be able to, like, you want to know, like, where do they eat, where do they like to shop, what do they spend their money on, what are their pain points, of course, and that allows us to then, which brings me to my third thing, that allows us to be able to to focus more on how we can solve their problems for them. That allows us to be able to possibly upgrade or revamp the solution that we're offering, because then we're able to see, okay, this is actually what they're needing, this is what they're struggling with, and then I can better offer them so and so, or maybe you could take something away because you realize that it's not as important to them, or you can revamp your services because now you know that this is something that people actually need. So you can do that because now you have more time, because you're not putting that time and energy into people who aren't going to be interested in what you're selling. And that's one of the biggest benefits of niching down, because you get to better allocate your time and resources, as opposed to just, throwing them out there willy-nilly, hoping that someone is going to notice you. Now you're actually putting that energy towards a certain focus, and you're being intentional about what you're putting out and who's going to see it and where they're going to see it and when they're going to see it. That is such like a relief to me as a business owner, because again, I'm saving now. I'm actually positioning myself to win, as opposed to just wasting my resources or wasting the time and effort of my team members, so those are three benefits of niching down. And then the fourth benefit is, of course, what I'm always speaking on. It increases our visibility, because now you know your strengths and weaknesses. Now you know who your target audience is. So now you can talk about those benefits, as opposed to just talking about the features. You can talk about the things that set you apart from your competition, and that allows people to, have be more informed when making a decision about who they're going to choose to work with or who they're going to choose to buy from. Because now like, even though so-and-so sells this, mine is even better because we have this and that, whatever the case may be. I know that they are doing XYZ, but we do ABC. So even though we are in the same industry, we're offering ABC. So that's not the exact same as them. So this is why you should be looking at us. Those are the type of things that we're able to see once we niche down. But until you do so, you're just basically kind of like, throwing paint at the wall, and hoping that someone in this, however many people are on this earth, is going to see it, or however many people are on the internet is going to see it. And you're really out there just like, it's like a cold call, you really don't know what's going to happen. But when you niche down, you increase your chances of being seen, because you're moving more strategically, because you know who you are targeting, you know what it is that you offer, and you're more confident about these things, and that confidence breeds from the fact that now you have more time to be able to further hone in on your craft, to learn more about your skills, or to teach yourself new things, or, get a coach, or whatever the case may be. But you have more time to do those things. You have more time to build yourself up once you niche down, because you're not wasting that time and energy that you have been using just out there, throwing shit around, basically hoping that somebody catches it. So that is those are the four benefits of niching down. And if you didn't catch those, it allows us to hone in on our target audience. It sets us apart from others in our industry. It allows more focus, and it increases our visibility. So this is actually something that I'm going to be teaching in my class, in my course that I'm going to be doing in 2022. And I have not finalize the course just yet, but as soon as I do, I will be letting you all know, and it will be group coaching. So as I'm branding myself as a visibility coach, for those who don't know, I have worked in marketing for the past 11 years. I was a mass comm major, and I've been working in PR for the past like 3 to 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. It might even be longer than that as I'm thinking about it, because I kind of took a break. I had just kind of walked away from it, but now I am back in it, And we've been doing that consistently, I know, for the past 3 years with the magazine, which is where we offer those services. So I combined that, and I'm creating this course, which is a mixture of branding, marketing, and PR. And I think it's going to be really beneficial to other Black women-led business owners, coaches, authors, girl bosses, because what it's going to do is allow them to show up more confidently online, as well as allow them like to work their business while still being able to live life, because now everything isn't as stressful as what it had once been, you know, because now you no longer have that fear about showing up, and not just showing up online, but also showing up in the press. So that is what I'm going to be teaching coming soon. I hope that you all, are interested in it. If you all have any questions or any suggestions, or if there's something in particular you think that, because it's going to be basically a visibility course, anything that you think might interest you, that you like to learn more about, then you all can feel free to hit me up in Messenger and just, in the DM, and just let me know. Because I haven't wrote out my last 2 courses. I'm trying to decide. I think I'm gonna do something about teaching press releases, so that you guys can be able to write your own press release, so that you can pitch yourself to the press. And I don't know, that may be like the 5th class, so I'm not really certain about the 6th one, but that is subject to change. I have most of it laid out. I'm just this is new to me, but I feel like it's something that I'm purposed to do. I feel like, for one, I know what it's like to struggle with showing up online, because like I've been in business for 11 years and people still don't totally know my face. But initially they did, because I used to put myself out there more, and then I just kind of walked away from it, dealing with life stuff, and I put myself more behind the scenes. And because of that, I feel like I missed out on a lot of relationships that could have been built had I been being more out front and center, and now I'm recovering from that. So I've been challenging myself to make certain that I'm showing up both on social media and in the press. And I've just been doing more, just to keep that going. But also I make certain that I'm providing my clients with something that's worthy of talking about with my services. So I've been really putting a lot on myself, but it feels good because I know now where I'm going. Before, I never really knew, like, okay, I'm a publisher, but what's special about that, and I didn't quite get it, I knew I had a story behind it because of all I've gone through in life, but I didn't really know how to, I guess, incorporate that into my brand story. But then I realized, like, hey, not everyone experiences homelessness. Not everyone has been a stripper turned into a publisher, So those are some things that, and just the overcoming the strip club addiction, just, realizing what it was, and transforming myself from that person, has really been a journey, but for a while I kind of wanted to hide some of those things, and not so much hide them, I just didn't talk about them. But I realized that when we're sharing our stories, and we say this all the time, we're sharing our stories not for ourselves, but for someone else that is going through, and that's one reason why I encourage women to share their stories so much, because that is what I know, it was the stories of other women that helped me get through difficult times, or that inspired me to keep pushing. And of course, that was the premises of what the magazine was built on, just that the power of storytelling and how it's so needed. So those are just, I just want to share these tips for niching down. If you are interested in reading more about it, I do have an article up on swagger.net where you can read more about the benefits of niching down. And I encourage you, to do so. Even if you don't take my course, you can still take the time to better define your target audience, so that you can stop wasting your time and resources. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I appreciate you all for tuning in. Hey, K Superstar 68, I'm actually closing out, but if you are more than welcome to watch the replay once it uploads. So peace and blessings, and you guys have a great Wednesday.